Hey guys, how's it going? Henry Frias Leon here from Rewind Video, and happy 2020. Holy crap, 2019 was a crazy year for video games. So much thrown at us, especially from the Nintendo Switch. That thing was a powerhouse this year, and a great system to collect for. Now, me and my girlfriend, we both have Nintendo Switch Lites, and they're great handhelds. And for those who don't know, I used to have a huge video game collection that I was pretty proud of. But in the last couple of years, I had to sell what I had in order to get money for my projects, like my movie, my comic, and to start a new life out here in Texas, because like a year ago, I moved out here from Illinois. It was a little rough, but you know what? We got through it, and it's been a great year recollecting again. Now, this is going to be my list of my 10 pickups of 2019. There's some games that are pretty new, like the Nintendo Switch, and there's some games I've been collecting again from my old collection. So sit back, hang tight, and enjoy. Now, first on the list is a PS Vita game, and I know nobody really collects for the PS Vita anymore, but it does have its cult following. I am one of those people who want to collect for the PS Vita, and I used to have one, and I'll be getting one in shortly this week. But my girlfriend got me this for Christmas, and it is the House of Fata Morgana, and this was released by Limited Run Games. It's also on the PS4 for those who are interested in it. But this is a very dark and dreary, depressing visual novel, so I've heard. I've looked up the trailers, I've looked up some gameplay, not too much because I don't want to get spoiled with the story, but it has some pretty great art and some pretty radical music. Very dreary, very dreamlike, but I'm very excited to play this. For those who have played it, please leave a comment down below because I'm really interested in what you thought of it yourselves. But yeah, so I'm really excited to try this out, and hopefully I get to play this soon. Now, second on the list is a game that actually came out back in 2008. I used to own it, and I missed it ever since. It is one of my favorite games of all time, on my top 10, that's for sure. And that is Little Red Riding Hood Zombie Barbecue. I love this game. I don't know what happened to my copy, because I sure hell did not sell it, and it just disappeared. But thankfully, my family got me this as a Christmas gift. They sent it over. And thank you guys again, because I truly adore this movie, and it's definitely a big plus of 2019 because I missed this game, and it's one of my favorites. I've actually made a couple reviews back in 2009, 2008 when it first came out. This game was only $20, but shockingly, surprisingly, it just went up in price. If you go up on eBay, it's up at a complete, it's up to $100. Kind of crazy, kind of ridiculous. It's a great game, but that's way too much. But I love this game, and I'll be making a new review for this soon. So check that out. Little Red Riding Hood Zombie Barbecue. Now this game, I don't know, say what you will, but this was released on the PS Vita just recently through PlayAsia. And this was also a downloadable game on the Nintendo Switch of all consoles, and I know there's some weird games been released from Nintendo before, but this blew my mind, and that is Patsu Hunter, a 90s throwback. Now, this game is a visual novel, but it has the aesthetic of an old school anime from like the late 80s, early 90s with an amazing soundtrack of synthwave, but the plot is just insane. Pretty much you play as a guy trying to find true love, and he pretty much gets a job as an everyday man. He kind of does everything. He can be a plumber, he can fix your TV, your VCR, what have you, but he's going through girls' like their drawers trying to find their panties, because through their panties he will know who is the right one for him. Please don't judge me. Whatever, judge me, I don't care. It's a great, hilarious game, and now I own it in my collection for the PS Vita. It's a pretty great, actually, special edition too, and it came with the soundtrack. And the soundtrack, I'm telling you right now, the soundtrack is perfection of chill wave synth music. Just look it up and just Patsu Hunter. Now getting to the Switch. Now this game is badass, and that is River City Girls. Now I got the Japanese version that was released. There is a limited run games, but theirs comes with a soundtrack that only has about, I think, 12 tracks, where this one came with a CD, a double 2-disc CD of the soundtrack of 36 tracks about, which is pretty insane, because let me tell you something, the music on this is phenomenal. Everything about this game is great. If you haven't heard about this, you're probably living under a rock. This has been like blabbed about like crazy this last year, but it's a badass beat 'em up game. Very cool, very punk, glam punk, glitz punk, whatever. Just pick it up, look it up, badass movie, and I'm glad to have it in the collection. Now, this might be a little unpopular topic just because I know this was kind of controversial when it came out. Some really hated it, others just didn't even bother with it, but there's people like me who loved it, and that is Traffic Strikes Again, No More Heroes. It is a great game, especially if you know the history behind Suda51, what he went through with some of his games, and this is pretty much like his outlet. Yes, it's just like a hack and slash beat 'em up game. Yes, it's very arcadic, but you know what? It still oozes style. It still oozes amazing music with the soundtrack, and it has a great, deep message. If you keep going with it, people just judge it for the first level or two. But you know what? I think people just jumped on the bandwagon with this one. But this is a great game. It's going low on price too. It's only like $20 at Best Buy and Amazon. So this is your chance to pick it up or download it. It's a great game, so please give this a shot for those who like are very curious about it. Because let me tell you, it is a badass game. Thank you, Suda51, for this, and I can't wait for No More Heroes 3. Now, this game was crazy. I really love this game. Of course, it's on my top 10, but that is My Friend Pedro. Wow, this game was great. This was probably another really insane, weird game. Pretty much just assassin waking up with amnesia, and then you got your friend who's a banana telling you to go out, and you're just shooting everybody, and your banana's giving you instructions, and your banana friend's giving you instructions, and his name is Pedro, and it's just a crazy game. Awesome physics. What a great shooter, like such a badass. I haven't had fun with this much with a shooter in a long ass time. Great slow-mo effects like Max Payne. Very fluid with the controls. It's very cool. It's very short. I will say that it is very short, but the replay value is high just to beat your record. But there's other like game modes you can do in this. You can record your pretty much your stunts and everything you do. Just share. Great game. Just look it up. Badass. I love this game. It's really crazy, and oh my god, this is a great, beautiful game. Now this one has a lot of history to it, and I know I'm going to be making a video about it soon, and that is Dead or School. Now, this game was very low budget, and the creators of this were just, I guess, a team of 3, if I'm not mistaken, from their Kickstarter. This is a very underrated game, in my opinion, and not many people know about it. But you pretty much play as a schoolgirl, and the zombie apocalypse has happened over years, and you and so many people have your own little village underground. But you want to know how it was in the past by hearing these stories of schools and people getting along. So she's very desperate to know about that school life. And her grandmother pretty much gives her her old school outfit that she used to wear back in the day. And so she gives it to her granddaughter, and now she's off wielding a katana and all their weapons that you get to customize, killing hordes of zombies, getting to the top, and trying to make new friends along the way, and just, it's a weird game. It's a weird game. Just stay tuned for my review for this one. But it's a great game. I mean, Japanese anime girls with school outfits with weapons killing zombies. Sounds pretty badass to me. Check it out. It's a great game. Very underrated and very underappreciated, especially if you know the history behind this one as well. Good job. Now, this was one of my favorite indie games to come out in this last year, and that is Grease. Now, this was released by Special Reserves, and it's a beautiful release, and I'll be doing a review on this soon as well. But this game is just very like eye-catching with the art style. It's very like water drops, oil paintings, pretty much playing as this woman who lost her voice, and now everything in her world is crumbling. And as you go through this platforming and these visuals, like visual storytelling and these platforms, you like slowly get color back, but what are you sacrificing? It's a beautiful game. I don't want to spoil anything about it, but it's a beautiful release and a great pickup for me for 2019. So check it out. It's downloadable on the Nintendo Switch, and I think limited run games are releasing it also on the PS4, so look for that one as well. But amazing game. I'm glad it won in the Game Awards for Most Impact Game, for those who haven't seen that one. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. Now this game I've been very curious about, and from the images that I saw and the trailers and from what I heard from other gamers, that it's very disturbing, eerie, and it's a visual novel game as well, and I love visual novel games, and that is Deathmark. I love this game. It really cut my nerves and really made me cringe. It has a lot of body horror. I have a thing called trypophobia, where things with holes, and this really disturbing with some of their imagery with holes. And it was a great, beautiful game, very darkly beautiful with its music and its story and its atmosphere, and it's a great horror game for horror fans out there as well. I lucked out getting the special edition for only $20 at my local GameStop. They were trying to clearance it out, but great game. I can't wait to play the sequel. I think it's called NG Spirit Hunter, which I heard was even better. I'm excited to play that one, and great game. Now this last one, I cannot believe they released again. This game is like about 10 years old actually. It came out in 2010, the beginning of this decade. And that is Deadly Premonition Origins. I loved this game when I first played it. I remember my brother renting it first at Family Video. And I remember walking out late one night when he was playing it, the night he rented it. And I asked him like, hey, how's the game so far? And I swear he looked at me and he was like, I don't know. I seriously don't know. And that is probably the best reaction to have about this game. This game has a lot of what is going on moments, but it's a beautiful, great game. Its flaws are what gives it its charm. Its story is what really disturbs. It's very tasteless at moments, but that's what's so beautiful about it. It's very inspired by Twin Peaks and like movies from Dario Argento as well. Beautiful game. You can pick this up on Amazon or maybe at Best Buy. They're releasing a sequel to this, which I cannot believe, but I am so excited about. I just hope it's as good as the first one, because this is a great example of a cult classic video game. This definitely has like its huge cult following. Beautiful game. Weird dialogue and characters and weird scenarios. That's what makes this game beautiful, and I'm so happy it got released on Nintendo Switch, and I can't wait for the sequel to be releasing later this year. God, pick this up. It's so good. And that does it with my pickups of 2019. Hopefully this helps you out for those who are trying to look for something new and different. And for those who have played these games, you might understand why these games are so awesome along with me. Now hopefully 2020 brings us some more badass games, and hopefully more badass movies, and especially horror movies for those who know me. But yeah, what are your top 10 picks for 2019? What is your favorite game that you played in the last year or last decade? Please leave a comment down below. If you can't subscribe, do all that stuff that other YouTubers say. And yeah, enjoy the new year, and hell, go play some games. Bye.